Hey guys, welcome to Agent Advice. I'm Fallon Scurry, Editor and Research Director, and I'm here to help you make the best decision on your Texas real estate course. Agent Advice has spent hundreds of hours on a deep dive of the best real estate schools in Texas and helped over 100,000 agents make a real estate school decision like the one I hope I'm able to help you make today. We're going to take a look at the CE Shop Texas course. To make sure that you get the best deal possible on this course, you're going to want to purchase it through Agent Advice. You can just navigate to the CE Shop package option page for Texas directly from Agent Advice. Before we look at those package options, I do want to note that the CE Shop qualifies for the tuition reimbursement program with Agent Advice. So in addition to getting the best deal possible by going through us, you could also get the course entirely for free just by taking advantage of that tuition reimbursement program. If you want to learn more about this, you can read more on Agent Advice by clicking on that tuition reimbursement hyperlink on the Texas page. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look at those package options. As you can see, they have 4 different options for you. And while all of these are going to get you what you need in order to pass the course and the exam, I would recommend going with either the standard package or the value package. The value package is going to give you a little bit more. You're going to get some additional resources and course features to help build your business after you pass that exam. But both of these package options are going to give you exam prep, which is really beneficial. And most importantly, they're both going to give you their pass guarantee. This is going to give you back your money for the cost of the licensing exam if a retake is required. So that's definitely something to keep in mind when you're picking your course in school. And now that we've looked at those packages, I want to go over a couple of the overall facts for the CE Shop before we dive into the course features. So first off, they have a very efficient user face. It works with your tablet, phone, and computer, so it's great for on the go or at home, and that's always something that I like to look at to make sure I'm not trapped into just using one of my options to study with. They have a 67% pass rate. This is higher than average, which is great. Pass rate's always something you want to pay attention to when picking your school. You want to make sure that you're really giving yourself as many advantages as possible to passing that exam on the first try, making sure that you're saving yourself time and money in the long run. They have support available 7 days a week by phone, email, and chat. I do like that there's different ways to get in touch with them. They do not have direct instructor access in case that's something that you were hoping for. They do give you a 2-day assurance of response if you have course issues. I like that there's an assurance, but I wish it was a little bit of a shorter amount of time. When something's going wrong and you want to be able to knock out your studying, 2 days can seem like a pretty long time. The Texas courses are long. They're 180 hours, but the CE Shop gives you 6 months to complete your course from the date of purchase, which is ample amount of time to get that done, and most students get it done in a few weeks. But if for whatever reason you decide you don't want to take this course or that 6-month time frame just isn't enough for you right now with what you have going on, they do offer a 30-day refund policy from the date of purchase as long as you haven't completed 50% or more of the course. And now that we went over that quick overview, let's go ahead and dive into the course tools, and then we can take a look at those sections. In this top right corner, you can see that they have a course progress tracker. So this is going to show you how much you've completed as well as how much time you've spent in the course. This is a great way to stay organized and on track to make sure that you're completing your goals in the amount of time that you would like to get them done. Under this tracker, you can see that they have some bookmark resources. These are just the resources I bookmarked today to show you, but the resources are going to appear in each section, unit, and lesson. This is how they break up their course instead of in chapters, and they break up their resources in the same way so that whether you're in the unit or the lesson, you can pick out which resource you need to do a deeper dive with whatever you want to go over in that area of the course. Now, each bookmark can be opened in a new tab, it can be bookmarked, or it can be printed out for you. And there are going to be different types of resources. So there's going to be link resources that are going to take you directly to an outside source, whether that is their live webinars or a completely different website like TREC to do a deeper dive on a particular topic. The standard ones look like this, and they're going to open up so that you can read them. And then they also offer videos to go over things and help you learn in a different style. So I like that they give you different options even within their resources and how you can learn. They also offer a glossary. This is pretty standard, but I always like to call it out because I think it's beneficial when they give you this so that you don't have to make this on your own. And something that you can't see that they offer is their Facebook group that they give you access to. This just allows you to talk to your peers that are also going through the course, which is a nice feature. In this package, there is the exam prep that I mentioned. So this is going to start with a couple of questions to start you in your prep and assess where you're at so that they know how much they need to do for you and where to start you at. And they'll also give you the tools on how to help you study as well. Now that we've taken a look at the course tools, let's go ahead and take a look at the course sections and units themselves. So for starters, they offer a course orientation that helps you walk through the course and how to utilize all their tools. There's videos and questions that need to be answered to move on even in the orientation to ensure that you're paying attention, which is a great way to make sure that you know how to use their tools and there's no questions moving forward. The sections, which are broken up into units and lessons, as I mentioned earlier, are flex units. And what this means is you can choose to go directly to the unit exam, or you can go through all of the lessons before you take it. You do need 100% on that exam, so I would recommend going ahead and going through all of the lessons. Also, that's all of the information that's going to be on your final exam. But you do have that option in case you want to skip directly to the unit exam if you, for whatever reason, already know all of that information. So each lesson is going to offer you multiple ways to interact. They offer multiple choice questions, true, false, complete the story, matching, and a couple of others. I'm going to dive into a couple of these interactive learning tools with you. A feature about these that may annoy some people, but that I actually think is a great learning method is that even after you have completed a unit exam, if you want to come back and reread things to study, you do have to complete these interactivities all over again in order to progress within the lesson. I just think that's a great way to make sure that it's ingrained in your brain and that you really know that information. The first activity that we're going to look at is just a fun way to look at the information. It's like doing those scholastic workbooks when you were little. You answer by clicking within the photo. So just a good way to break up just reading text. The next is matching. This is always a good way to test your knowledge. It's a tried and true for all of us. This one that we're looking at is called branching. So the answers are going to build on each other, as you can see. Once I've answered, it's going to gray out that answer for the next question because each question can only have one of these options as their answer, and they build on each other. They do these quite a bit throughout their course, and I do think that they're a good way to make sure you really know that information. You're going to also have your traditional true-false questions to do a little knowledge check for you. These types of questions are going to be ones where you've answered your opinion, and then this is the page right after you've answered your opinion that's going to show you what other students have answered as well. So they do kind of like a little poll for you. They also have multiple choice questions throughout the entire course, and then some of these sorting where you're going to sort the categories. As you can see, they have a very good variety of ways that they're going to quiz you throughout the lessons, which I really like because it helps make it not boring, but also really make sure that I'm doing little check-ins to make sure that I have all of the information so I don't forget it by the time I get to the unit exam or the final exam. After you've completed these interactivities and lessons, you're going to take your unit exam. The exam is 4 questions, which is super short. You need 100% to pass and move on to the next unit, but you do have unlimited attempts to take that unit exam. And then once you've completed all of the sections in the course, you are going to take your final exam. You need a 70% or higher. You do only get 1 retake after a 72-hour period if you need to take that retake. You can also use their online proctoring through their course. And then they're going to give you instructions on how to complete all of that. So don't worry, when you get there, they're going to have it all laid out for you so you know exactly what you need to do before you start that exam. So there's my overview of the CE Shop Texas course. Overall, I think it's a good course. They had great resources. The course was laid out well. I liked the ability to study on the go with multiple options from printing things out to that user experience being compatible with my phone or my tablet. And I personally liked that they have a good amount of interactivity. That meets my learning style. Making sure a course adheres to your learning style is always something that you want to keep in mind when you're choosing a course, especially one in Texas, since they have the most content out of any other state for you to have to absorb. You want to make sure that you can retain all of that content to pass the exam. It also helps improve your chances for passing that exam on the first try, which is really important. With that assessment of their course, I really hope this helps you in your decision to the right course in Texas for you. Thanks.